So the Dolphins are a mess. What's interesting is Dolphins fans made fun of the Jets for being horrible on offense. But the Jets lost their starting quarterback, their stud starting quarterback, by the way. But now the Dolphins are plagued with injuries, and I see a lot of Dolphins fans using that as an excuse as to why they got absolutely rolled by the Baltimore Ravens, and they will get rolled by Buffalo. I'm pretty confident that they will. I mean, Buffalo destroyed them last time, and I'm pretty sure the Dolphins were at full health, if I remember correctly. I don't know why Buffalo wouldn't destroy them again this time, but we'll see. It is a home game for the Dolphins, though. Maybe that'll play into it, but they're beaten up. They're not a physical team. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the Buffalo game. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. On to the Detroit Lions. What are you doing, Dan Campbell? Oh, my God. This guy, I said it on Twitter, this guy coaches like a 7-year-old playing Madden. You're sitting there watching the game and thinking, is he going to go for it on fourth down in any situation? That game was exactly why you don't have faith in the Cowboys or the Lions to beat a team like San Francisco in the playoffs. I mean, even beat a team like the Rams, maybe. We're talking about Sean McVay, who is a brilliant coach. I mean, he could just run circles around Mike McCarthy. He could run circles around Dan Campbell in terms of coaching. Same thing with Shanahan. In the playoffs, do I have confidence if the Lions had to play the Packers, assuming the Packers are in the playoffs? Do I have faith that the Lions would beat them? No, not right now. Not with the way Jordan Love's playing. I mean, the Packers defense is kind of problematic, but Jordan Love's looking like a stud. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on him. I didn't think this would happen. The law of averages dictated that the Packers would not land another franchise quarterback, but oh well. Do you have faith that the Cowboys or the Lions could beat any of those teams? I don't. I think the Rams are going to be dangerous. In a one-game situation, with the way they're playing, they're going to be a tough out. But back to Dan Campbell. If I was a Lions fan, man, I would just be like, I love the guy's personality. I love the guy's fire. I love that the players want to play for him, but you have got to take your emotion out of that situation and make the rational call. I'm not saying don't go for the 2-point conversion after you scored that touchdown late in the game. Somebody, I think it was Adam Schefter or somebody on Twitter, said, the Lions tried to get too cute and in doing so confused the referee. That's bullshit. That's such a load of bullshit. You should not be confused if you're the referee in that situation. A guy comes up and says he's eligible. It's your job to know, okay, number 68 saying he's eligible. Not, oh my God, the two guys are standing here. I don't know what to do. What the hell is that? I don't have a problem with Dan Campbell going for the 2-point conversion in that situation. What I do have a problem with is after the penalty, he decides to go. You've lost all your leverage there. You've lost the element of surprise at that point, especially with the penalty that pushes you back. You have to kick the extra point. Maybe you win the coin toss. Maybe you are able to march the ball downfield. I have faith in your team. I know CeeDee Lamb was going off on you, but man, just poor decision. And then after you get the Micah Parsons penalty, you go for it again. He lost all his leverage. There. The Cowboys had so much time to prepare to stop that. We're talking about a good defense. We're not talking about a defense that you owned all game. I know you were hot on that last drive, but still, you kick the extra point, you take it to overtime. Just poor decision making. And that's the thing is now you look at Dan Campbell, I hate to say this, but almost as a bit of a joke. You look at him and think, man, this guy is not going to make a rational decision that's in the best interest of his team. Now, I guess the argument to that would be, well, winning the game would be in the best interest of his team. I get that, but man, you got to kick that. I don't care. You got to kick the extra point. If I was a Lions fan, that would have driven me crazy. Again, love the decision to do it initially and the trickery and whatnot, but man. And as far as the Cowboys go, this is the same thing we see from the Cowboys every year. Mike McCarthy is not great situationally. He's terrible at clock management. Cowboys fans know this. I'm not telling you anything different. Dak, I don't think Dak is a bad quarterback. I want to say that, but I don't think Dak is an elite quarterback. Dak is not a guy that I'm looking at thinking, well, if the defense falters somewhere or CeeDee Lamb gets taken out by the defense, not taken out injured-wise, but, they can subdue him in a way. I don't know that Dak takes over the game, right? He's not a quarterback that, like Mahomes level. I know Mahomes is struggling this year, but the dude makes plays regardless. He has nobody to throw to. I mean, how many times do we have to see a ball hit off of Marquez Valdes-Scantling's hands? Just atrocious. Funny thing is I have a friend that's a Buffalo fan and another one that's a Miami fan arguing on the same text thread about who's going to win this week. And as a Jets fan, I decided to chime in. And I decided, look, I don't give two Fs about either of these teams. If they could both lose, that would please me to no extent. I'm about the chaos at this point because I have nothing else to root for. So what would do the most damage? And the most damage would be one of the teams not making the playoffs, right? So if Miami wins, Buffalo doesn't make the playoffs. If Buffalo wins, Miami's still in the playoffs. So I'm a Miami fan. Not a fan, but I want them to win this game and eliminate the Buffalo Bills from the playoffs. And then realistically, I don't think Miami's getting to the Super Bowl. So that doesn't scare me at all. Is there a chance Buffalo, if they win, could get to the Super Bowl because they can get hot in the playoffs? I think that's a possibility. It's an unlikely possibility, but I'm all about the chaos. Buffalo must lose. This is part of my morning routine. Trying to get the mini dragon away from this one and throw it because he likes to do that. He's very good at catching. I actually have a video up of him catching a little toy football that he has. Maybe I'll post it here.
Are you ready to see a true alpha receiver? Well, here we go. Look at the concentration right off the bat. And as he runs his route, he's got some sticky coverage. You could probably throw a flag there. But look how he high points this ball. That's a touchdown. That's not something you can teach. This kid's the real deal.
All right, so I'm about to do the Dynasty Trades in 5 show in a little bit. And I figured I'd give you guys a bit of a studio tour. So just forgive the mess, okay? Because I just have stuff thrown all over the place. All right, so here we go. You see we got the ring lights. I use 2 ring lights. I don't know if that's standard, but for me, it helps the green screen work better if I have 2 ring lights. So this one here is older. You see I have to rig it with a little vice grip there, or else that thing would fall down because it's all stripped. So then I have my mason jug of water as per usual. There's a lower chair just chilling out there, and if you take a look behind the lower chair, you can see Uric just peeking out, hanging out there. See him? If we can focus on him. And then this is the basic setup here. Got my mic set up here. Laptop, is the television that I watch the games on. Got some coasters. And that's really it. I mean, this desk is pretty cool because it rises up and down. I can raise it up and down is what I should say. I can adjust the height is what I should say. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, this is it. Say hello to Lord Chair again. And I actually have a short box of comics there. Oh, and there's my Krampus DVD. It's where I put all my little props. You can still see my Christmas hat, the Jester hat hanging out. Oh, and that's Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong. Oh, and also here are my hats and the Mahomes wig, some of the different shirts that I use for my skits. Just all lined up, ready to go whenever I need them. And there's my broken acoustic guitar, just hanging out with some Christmas lights on it. Oh, one more thing, by the way. I'm going to, in one of these vlogs soon, I'm going to put together I'm going to sit there and watch some of my first videos just to show you guys what they were like, because you can't find them anywhere. I hid them. They were pretty bad. So I'm going to put those up and kind of live react to them. I hope Lorraine during this show doesn't go off and act like a maniac, because when it's my stream, that's fine. I know you guys don't really care about that. But on somebody else's stream, that makes me feel weird.
So I named this one well, I guess it's going to have to download in the back end.
Yeah,
It's
that's my
called,
bird, by the way. I'm sorry. My parrot starts screaming sometimes.
you have a bird? You would have a bird. You would have a bird.
It's pretty cold this morning, so I have my hood up. It's like 55 degrees out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm getting ready to film NFL High School, and I have my script here. I'm just going to read it over, make some editorial changes on it while I enjoy a bowl of cereal. So I'll give you a little bit of that in a sped up format right now. The NFL season's coming to a close, and it's time for the teams that underachieve to... Hi, I'm the Carolina Panthers. This is the first wardrobe change, and what I do is I kind of fix things so I think they look okay. Carolina, I want to look a little disheveled, so that's why I'm going to put my hat up a little crazy like that, and maybe crinkle up the shirt a little bit. So basically what I do is I'm going to film all of this particular team's parts, right? So sometimes I'll make notes on here as to which direction I should be looking in, because if the teacher is if the teacher's looking this way when I'm filming, that means Carolina's sitting there. So if I reverse, the teacher would be this way, kind of, to Carolina, right? So teacher's going to be right over that way if I'm Carolina. So I have to kind of look over slightly in that direction. And obviously this is how I dress it on Vegas. Vegas, that's the tension. The hell? Hi, I'm the Chicago Bears. I want the Bears to act a little cocky here. So you might see a little change in personality. But these are all things I think of before I deliver lines. I don't just sit down and say things and then piece it all together. I really want to embody a particular reaction. So how do I think if the Bears were a person, how would they act in a situation like that where, it looks like you massively won that trade and made a fool out of the Carolina Panthers? How would they react in that situation? They would probably be a little cocky because, again, it's football and these teams are competitive. So that's what I'm going to try to convey here. We'll see how it goes. I can tell you how it happened. All right, so I'm taking a little break from filming right now. I went about 2 hours. Sometimes I'll take like a 20-minute break or something in between just to clear my head, to make it not so treacherous, I guess. Because filming that's the most grueling thing for me for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I'll take a little break, and that's what I'm doing now. But I should have this video up today, Thursday, which will probably be yesterday for you guys, because this video is not going to be edited and posted until after that skit. So whatever. But yeah, it's fun, but it's grueling. It takes a lot of time. Okay, so I'm about to edit this video. Let me start that over again. Okay, so I'm about to edit NFL High School Week 18. And I'm just looking at the upcoming games, which ones I'm going to stream. Going to stream Texans Colts Saturday, January 6th. That's this coming Saturday, 8:15 p.m. Going to stream Jets Patriots on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Why, I don't know, but I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to stream Bills Dolphins, which should be very interesting. And it's going to be rooting heavily for the Dolphins in that game because I want the Bills to be eliminated. And then I want the Dolphins to be eliminated the following week. But wild card weekend, streaming every game. All 6 games from Saturday through Monday. It's going to be a marathon. So yeah, basically every playoff game through the Super Bowl, going to be streaming after that. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to edit this video now, NFL High School. Then I'm going to edit the vlog and get both of these up to you before the games this weekend. And like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know if you like these vlog videos. I will do more of them. I plan on doing one every week just to let you know what I'm up to. And I guess that's it, guys. Cars. Going into the bookstore. Oh yeah, there we go. So I heard that book is pretty good. Might end up getting it. It's like 700 pages. Jesus.
I got the Marvel Encyclopedia here. Let's see what hero we open up to first. Oh, it's the Hulk. Look at that. Awesome. I didn't get anything. Pro Football Angel got a couple of books, but
As I always do.
I didn't, as she always does. Sigmund Freud book. She's smart. Alas, poor Yurik. I killed him well. That's pretty frightening.